So hi, and thanks for watching. In this video, I'm going to do a monthly report for the month of May of my trading portfolio. So I'm doing these monthly updates. I started a trading challenge at the beginning of April, and in that first month, we gained 3.5%, and a lot of my purchases were at the end of April. With the market being down, there were some good opportunities. And so far in May, if we're looking at this right now, I currently have a 20% cash position still, and the portfolio gained 20% up until this time. So at the end of May, we've got a 20% gain. So if I'm going to break down some of the trades that I've made, if you are a beginner, you're looking to trade, you can download my 6-month blueprint that outlines everything that I've done in the first 6 months of my trading journey. I started looking into this January 2024, and I just started trading real money April 2025 with this challenge. So I did a lot of paper trading, and I basically documented everything in a Skool Group. And within the Skool Group that you can join, down here we've got the trading challenge, and I've actually outlined every trade that I've made in this challenge, and I talk more about the specifics of the entries and whatnot. So here we're just going to run through a little bit of what happened in May, but certainly you can come over and you can look at all these trades with images and some of my entries and reasons why, and you can find all that in our Skool Group below. So for May, the portfolio gained 20%, and I still have a cash position of 20%. So that includes some of the gains that I made with some of the trades. So in terms of some of the actual trading profits, you can see I've got them listed here. I made a lot of gains from this one stock, INZY, and basically that stock had fallen down quite a bit, and it's a little bit more of a risky play, but there were a few stocks where I believe they may have bottomed, and this particular one did, and I explained it again in the Skool Group a little bit better with more detail about the reason. But this particular stock fell all the way down to a fib level of -618, and sometimes making that entry can be beneficial. There's a lot of risk reward here because sometimes stocks fall down to this negative fib and then they retrace quite a bit, and this one certainly did. So it bounced back, and I took some profits here at this fib. So my entry was, I think, in the 90 cents or around $1. I took some profits here and 170, and then you can see it met some resistance here on the weekly 100-day moving average there, and I took all my profits there. So I'm not sure if I'm going to re-enter this. I had some other similar types of stocks, BIVI as well, where I entered near the 1618, and I decided to take some profits here as well and just kind of move these funds to some other positions. So that was a good trade that I made. I haven't traded too much with some of these positions that I've had. I've found that some mistakes that I've kind of made were just selling too early. So again, I'm just using a momentum style of trading where buy at support and then sell at resistance. But I found that I've been better at holding my positions, especially when the stocks have a bullish market structure, that I haven't been great at selling resistance and then buying back in. And that style doesn't always suit my personal schedule right now. So I don't have a lot of time to be in front of the screen sort of day trading. This is more of a momentum style where I don't need to get in and out of position so much. So that's why I haven't been trading in and out and selling at resistance. I've sort of let a lot of my positions sort of just ride. But I did make some sales on some positions. Some were good. And some of the sales that I had negative positions, unfortunately, I learned a lesson here with Meta. I had a stop loss order, but it was good till cancel. And it was for 635. I just sort of wanted out of the position. And then in the morning, it gapped down. And when the market opened, I was forced to sell there for a loss. And then I also had a bigger loss with MSTU, which is a double leveraged play on MicroStrategy. So I bought and sold MicroStrategy for some decent gains. It wasn't a lot of my portfolio, but I bought at 244, sold at 294. buying at support, selling at some resistance. I would have been better off just accumulating in some of these zones instead of selling. So I don't have a MicroStrategy position right now. And I sold to break even with some of the shares that I had because I was thinking that it was going to go down and maybe I rebuy back in. But I might not touch this and just sort of take the loss for the double leverage there on MSTU. Some of the other mistakes that I made were sometimes just allocating a little too much to certain positions. So, with this strategy, I have a maximum of 10% allocation to a certain stock. And then the entries are typically made with 1% or 3% buys. And basically the idea is you dollar cost average up or dollar cost average down. So for me, with my Tesla position, which is up 41%, I was able to get my 10% in at a cost basis of 244, which has worked out well. So I kind of got that 10% in quite quickly because I felt that this was a good support level for Tesla, which it was, and it's gained a lot. But sometimes allocating too much too quickly to positions when they might retrace a little bit is a little bit not that good of a risk management type of approach. So I've done this with Oscar where I've allocated too much too quickly and the stock is retraced back. So if we kind of just looked at that particular 4-hour chart, I entered here in the 12s and we had a breakout of the 200 moving average here. This is a 4-hour chart. So these are 4-hour candles. And then I bought in this area as well, thinking that support was holding. When it retraced back, I made a few more entries there. And now I would have liked to make some more entries here, breaking the 200 period moving average and then back testing it, but I've already allocated 10%. So that was a mistake that I've made, just allocating a little too much, not being patient enough with some of these positions. So a bit of a risk management type of approach where, it's worked out with Tesla for me to get my 10% in quickly. And it's worked out with other stocks. If I were to have just, like MicroStrategies just got in at 244, that would have been better. But it's a little bit more risky because sometimes, I'm left now allocated too much to a certain stock and it's retraced where I would really like to buy more at 13.8, but, I've already allocated a little too much. So, I can bend the rules there, or I can just kind of learn to be more patient with some of my entries. So coin is another position that's done well. I've got 10% in at 191 and that's gone up quite well. Hood, another one, almost 10% in, and it's up 40%. So that position is good. ETH, that's a double leveraged play on Ethereum. And then this is the other ETF for Ethereum as well. So I've got a 10% position associated with Ethereum. I bought and traded in when Ethereum was at much lower levels. So I purchased ETH right around here and sold a little bit at this fib. And now I believe Ethereum is going to do well. So I do hold that ETH and I'm going to just keep it and watch Ethereum potentially rise up more. So that'll be good. My Bitcoin miners are very volatile stocks. So a lot of crypto related stocks here. This is a momentum strategy, and I feel that crypto and crypto related stocks are going to do well this year. So Bitcoin miners, I've got quite a few positions here, and many of them have done really well. And some of them here, Mara and CLSK, I have larger allocations there, and I sort of bought in just kind of near the price now. So these were doing much better, but they've both retraced a little bit. And I did kind of go heavy a little bit near the prices that they are now. So a lot of these miner stocks, Bitcoin miners, what they all are doing is basically there's been a trend change with many of them. So if we just go look at them, we can see we'll go on a weekly chart with some of these stocks. You can see that if we just remove some of these, many of them have the same pattern where they've been below this conversion line on the Ichimoku cloud since the end of 2024, and many of them reached a bottom and they're sort of all above this conversion line. So Hive, I have a position. Cypher's done the same thing, now above this conversion line. Riot as well. So it's a clear trend change in many of these, and I've bought here, and some of them have done well. And then Mara, I've sort of bought here and kind of allocated a bit more here. So those positions in CLSK are not as good. But if you look at the 4-hour charts for some of these, many of them like CLSK, broke through the 200 period moving average, did a back test. So that was a good allocation. Now breaking through again and potentially doing another back test. So this is all what is believed to be good price action to potentially have a trend change and build a new base in this area and continue to make new higher highs and higher lows, and potentially rise up over time, especially if Bitcoin continues to do well. So Bitcoin miners, almost 30% allocation there. Volatile stocks can go up and down quite a bit, but I do believe that many of them have a trend change and will continue to do well as Bitcoin does well. So that's a quick update on the portfolio. And again, this challenge sort of plays against, comparing whether I could have just invested this money in Tesla. And from April 7th to May 30th, Tesla rose 54%. And this portfolio, we're up 20%. So clearly lagging Tesla. By the end of the year, we'll see what happens. But for now, things are going well. We're up 20%, and we will see how the month of June goes. With 20% left in cash, I might be inclined to build my hooded position up further. I might add more to some of these new positions that I entered here, and I think I will leave the Bitcoin miners. Now I've got quite a bit of allocated funds there, so 30% in these very volatile stocks is a little bit on the high risk side, so I think I will avoid purchasing any more in those. So thanks for watching. In terms of learning more about the strategy, I'm going to have more videos that maybe do a deep dive into some of my positions, and we're going to talk about more of all the indicators and the strategies and the entries that I made on some of these stocks like Coin and Tesla. So I'll be posting those as well. And as always, you can come to the Skool Group and you can go through and look at all the trades that I've made with explanations on some of their entries and exits. And I look forward to doing a update at the end of June, and we'll see where this portfolio is at.